Welcome back, everyone. It is so great to have you with us again as we continue building your language skills in this explainer series. If you were here for our last lesson, you'll remember we spent some time mastering personal pronouns. Words like I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. Well, today, we're taking a massive step forward. We're going to talk about ownership. How exactly do you talk about the things that belong to you, to your friends, or to your family? That is exactly where today's topic, possessive adjectives, comes into play.
To make sure we master this completely, here's our roadmap for today. First, what are possessive adjectives? Second, the 7 possessive adjectives. Third, pronouns versus possessive adjectives. Fourth, fixing common mistakes. And finally, let's practice together. Okay, let's dive into this.
Section 1. What are possessive adjectives?
Now, what's really interesting here is how this shows the evolution of the way we speak. Think about saying, "This is the book of Ahmed." Technically, yeah, people will absolutely understand you. But it sounds a bit clunky, right? It's kind of robotic. Now compare that to, "This is his book." It's shorter, it's elegant, and it is exactly how a native speaker actually talks. That tiny word, his, does all the heavy lifting to show ownership. So, let's look at the formal definition. A possessive adjective is simply a word that comes right before a noun to show that the noun belongs to someone or something. And here is your golden rule for today. I really want you to burn this into your memory. Possessive adjective plus noun. They're a package deal. For example, my friend, your house, his computer, or her bicycle. The adjective always sits proudly right in front of the noun it owns.
Section 2. The 7 possessive adjectives. Let's meet the full cast of characters.
And this brilliantly illustrates how our new vocabulary connects to what you already know. We've got the personal pronouns from our last lesson matched right up with their possessive adjective partners. Let's actually read these aloud together right now. Ready? I becomes my, you becomes your, he becomes his, she becomes her, it becomes its, we becomes our, and they becomes their. Awesome! By anchoring these new words to the pronouns you've already learned, you are going to memorize them so much faster.
Let's see them in action, starting with the 2 most common ones you're going to use every single day, my and your. We use my when something belongs to me. My name is Ahmed. My family lives in Muscat. We use your when something belongs to you. Is this your bag? Your English is improving. Notice how in every single one of those examples, the possessive adjective is sitting right there immediately before the noun.
Next up, we have his and her. We use his when something belongs to a man or a boy. So if Ali has a new bicycle, we say, his bicycle is red. On the flip side, we use her when something belongs to a woman or a girl. If Sarah is a teacher, we say, her students are friendly. It's just a very simple split based on exactly who owns the item.
Finally, let's round out the whole group with its, our, and their. We use its for animals or things, like a cat for example. Its tail is long. We use our for a group that includes us, like our classroom is on the 2nd floor. And we use their for groups of other people, like their house is very big.
Okay, I need your full attention here, because this is a massive trap that honestly even native speakers fall into all the time. So, the crucial point is understanding the difference between these 2 words that sound exactly the same. First, we have its with no apostrophe. This is our possessive adjective showing ownership. Its tail is long. Then we have its with an apostrophe. That apostrophe is hiding a letter. It literally means it is or it has, like it's raining. They sound absolutely identical, but structurally, they're completely different.
Section 3, pronouns versus possessive adjectives. Let's pit the old concepts against the new ones.
Take a look at this comparison. First, he studies English. He is a personal pronoun. It completely replaces the person, let's say Ahmed, as the subject of the sentence doing the action. Now compare it to, his English book is on the desk. His is our possessive adjective. It doesn't replace the book, it simply sits next to it and describes who owns it. Basically, pronouns replace while adjectives describe. Let's see how this builds with our female examples to make sure it's crystal clear. She works in a hospital. She replaces the nurse, Sarah, versus her hospital is very busy. Her describes whose hospital it is. The structural difference is just so obvious when you compare them like this, right? The pronoun stands completely alone, but the possessive adjective always needs its noun partner.
Section 4. Fixing common mistakes. Let's look at some common pitfalls.
Here's a super common error.
mixing up the personal pronoun for the possessive adjective. You might hear someone say, "He book is new." That is incorrect. He is a pronoun. You can't just slap it in front of the noun book to show ownership. We have to apply our golden rule. We need a possessive adjective plus a noun. So the correct way is, his book is new.
It's the exact same issue here. She bag is expensive just sounds broken because she cannot own a noun like that. We swap the pronoun for the possessive adjective to fix the structure, giving us the perfectly natural, her bag is expensive.
Continuing the pattern, if you're talking about a group of people owning something, you definitely cannot say, "they house is large." They absolutely must be swapped to their to properly demonstrate who owns that large house. Their house is large.
And actually, here is the reverse mistake. Sometimes learners try to use a possessive adjective as the subject of the sentence. You cannot say, "my am a teacher." Remember, my must always be followed by a noun. It cannot replace I. The correct sentence is simply, "I am a teacher." Section 5. Let's practice together. Treat your screen right now like it's a classroom whiteboard. Let's answer these out loud.
Here's your first one. Fill in the blank. We live in a beautiful city. Blank city is very clean. Take a second. Look closely at the pronoun in the first sentence. Did you get it? The answer is, our city is very clean, because we turns into our to show ownership.
Let's try a multiple choice. Choose the correct answer. Ahmed is my friend. Blank car is blue. Is it A, he, or B, his? Go ahead and say it out loud. Yes, it's B, his, because his is the possessive adjective that must sit right in front of the noun car. His car is blue.
All right, one more to test your memory on our tricky rule. The dog is sleeping, blank bed is under the table. Is it A, its, with no apostrophe, or B, its, with an apostrophe? Think back to the trap we discussed earlier, and the answer is A. Its, with no apostrophe, is our possessive adjective. Option B means it is, which wouldn't make any sense here. Great job if you caught that.
You guys did incredibly well today, but the learning does not stop when this explainer ends. I have 2 quick homework assignments for you. First, look at the nouns listed from our source material: computer, cat, teacher, books, and nest. I want you to create sentences filling in the blanks with the right possessive adjectives for those. Then, write 7 completely original sentences, using each of our 7 possessive adjectives once. Drop your answers right down in the comments below. I absolutely love reading them, and I'll be down there giving you feedback and cheering you on.
You have mastered possessive adjectives today, but English definitely has another trick up its sleeve. Coming up in our next explainer, Lesson 6, we are going to dive into possessive pronouns. So I want to leave you with this provocative question to think about until then. What exactly is the grammatical difference between saying, "this is my book" and "this book is mine"? They mean the exact same thing, but they function completely differently. How? Well,